Hey everybody, Rob here for Southwest Florida Television. Well, here we are, the morning after. Just waiting for enough light to take a little walk around the neighborhood. Personally, we are okay, Gail and I and Amelia. No flooding at our house, a lot of wind throughout the night. This is Naples Park. I know Gulf Shore Drive flooded over. I shared a video that somebody recorded from one of the high rises there last night. Still a breeze blowing. Might see a little rain here and there. I hope not. Actually got a little color up in the clouds up there. I think it's around 77 degrees. It's actually kind of pleasant considering what happened. Of course, the folks north of us weren't as fortunate as we were here in North Naples. I don't know if you can hear the generators running in the background. I'm using my emergency microphone system here. That storm's moving off the Florida peninsula now. It wound up officially making landfall at Siesta Key on Siesta Key. A lot of folks left the park here. This is my street. This is 95th Avenue North in Naples Park. We're kind of high, especially up that direction where I'm at. We're like right on the edge of the evacuation zone. Now, as I walk closer to the beach, 95th Avenue gets lower. There was actually flooding on the next block down during Ian. The water was almost over the mailboxes on this next block during Ian. If you are out and about driving, walking, whatever, be leery of standing water. Be on the lookout for downed power lines. That's always a major problem here. And people in a hurry to get somewhere. I don't get it. Take a little walk up here. I don't know if I can get to Vanderbilt Beach. We'll give it a whirl. I did share a video yesterday evening before we lost our power of Oak. That's a generator making the microphone sound funky like this. The microphone's trying to cancel out the generator in the background, so it sounds weird, but hey, you get the idea. We're here together. That's the idea. I want to just keep bringing everybody together. I don't want to let my beach family down, and I want to keep everybody updated the best I can with what's going on in my neighborhood here. I don't know how much of Naples Park is without power. Like I said, we're down on the south end on 95th, and it looks like we're all out of power. I know my friends on 99th are out of power. I know on 104th my friends are out of power. So I'm guessing Naples Park is out of power. I'm not really seeing a lot of signs of standing water here in the ditches. That's always kind of an issue in Naples Park. The drains seem to be flowing. There's areas in Naples Park, lower areas, that are prone to flooding. Last count, FP&L, that I heard on the news, the 4 o'clock report from FP&L said 67 customers without power in Collier County. Out of 200 and some odd thousand, we didn't do bad here. Of course, if you're without power, it sucks, but compared to the counties north of us, much worse. And of course, up in the Tampa Bay area, Port Charlotte, up in Charlotte County. This home's under construction here. Very common sight in Naples Park. I think we're very lucky. I know if you were along the beach and your place got flooded, you don't feel as lucky. But I am thankful that I'm out here walking the sidewalks this morning with you. This is 97th Avenue North. It's 6th Street and 97th. We got our generator running. We just got the freezer and refrigerator plugged into it. And a couple other little odds and ends. The portable air conditioner. Gotta have one of those in Florida. There's our sun. How about that? The morning after, there's our sunshine. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Rain down to the south. I don't think that's going to hit me. These four-way stops, a lot of folks blow through them. They're not aware of them, or sometimes they forget about them. That person stopped. Now, there's some water. There's some standing water over here. That's a fairly common sight. That's nothing serious there. It's the closer you get to the beaches where it gets worse and worse and worse. Yeah, the water's not flowing freely here in the drainage ditches. You know, these drainage ditches get clogged up pretty fast during major events like Milton. A really low spot is at 91st Avenue South and Vanderbilt Drive. That's a very low spot. So quiet through here. A lot of people did bug out. A lot of places are rentals. Don't think about coming to the state of Florida and taking advantage of the situation. Looting, breaking into people's houses, ripping people off with cleanups. Don't think about doing that. Us Floridians are gun-toting people. And we just assume blow you away, then look at you. So keep that in mind. Our governor has put out a stern warning to looters and fly-by-night contractors and handymen. But looking around here, you wouldn't even know that a major hurricane passed us by. Made landfall a lot earlier. Made landfall around 9 o'clock. They weren't expecting landfall until about 2 a.m. this morning. It picked up speed, which was a good thing. The faster they get by us, the better. That breeze is still blowing. I'm sure the surf is up. It's looking pretty good here. Tornadoes, oh my gosh. So many tornado warnings. This hurricane spawned one of the largest, I think the largest hurricane anybody's ever, or hurricane, tornado that anybody has ever seen in the state of Florida. They're still assessing all the damage, obviously. There's a lot of roads, impassable roads, especially on the barrier islands. Matlacha, all those places, Fort Myers Beach. They're thinking the storm surge was less than it could have been. It didn't reach its maximum. They're still checking all the data, but it's looking like the surge wasn't as high as they anticipated it could be. That 8 feet in Naples, they're talking maybe around 5.5 feet. Still working on checking the sensors that they do have. They're working on getting more sensors, NOAA, in our bays and out in the Gulf to measure that water height. It takes years to get those deployed. Poor Delnor Wiggins, I'm sure that's a mess again. Generator in the background. Obviously, there's no estimates yet on when folks are going to start getting their power. Obviously, first are hospitals, grocery stores, people that have medical equipment that need power. Tropicana Field in Tampa, Tropicana Stadium. They were housing a lot of I think linemen and stuff like that, emergency personnel in there. The roof blew off of the stadium. So that's not good. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully nobody got hurt. Haven't heard about any casualties or anything from that incident. I don't think it went off in one big blow. There's a big difference in the elevations of these homes in Naples Park. The newer ones, obviously, are up much higher. And the older homes, much lower. So during Ian, a lot of the homes where I'm at, especially the ones at a lower elevation, this little complex over here, they did get water in them. I don't think they got water in them this storm, thank goodness. We're coming up to Vanderbilt Drive. It's nice. There's not a lot of traffic out here. I haven't seen a whole lot of traffic. That's a positive thing. Yeah. Looks like there are some sightseers on Vanderbilt. Be sure to check out that video I shared of Gulf Shore Drive. It looks like it got hit pretty hard. Also, the bridge. Did you see that video I shared yesterday evening? The view from one of our deputies here recorded from atop the Bluebell Avenue Bridge. The water was way up over the seawalls. This is where we get the problems. These streets here. These are the ones that flood. This is the Connors. There's canals on both sides of these properties. We did see one all the way down at the south end, Oak Avenue, flooding at 6 o'clock yesterday. This looks pretty good here. Now the water has receded, so it's hard to tell how high it actually did come. This is Vanderbilt Drive and 97th Avenue North. Just going to walk down to the south here. We did have some really, really powerful gusts of wind starting just before dark. When I was out on the beach, man, we had a gust that was just absolutely incredible. Good morning. So if you think back a couple of years ago when I was making this walk, it looked a lot different. Ian's storm surge was over my head here. The water was up to those houses there, in their houses. There were boats up here along the side of the road that just floated right up over these hedges, after Ian. It's like we had a lot of water here. Looks like they had some flooding in the house behind the bushes here. Looks like that canal came up. The further south you go throughout this area, it's kind of like the lower it gets. You can see how low that house is on the corner there. Still a little soggy in here, but I think that's because of the rain. Oh, palm tree down crisis. Palm tree down. I walk through the mud here. No big deal there. This is my street here. My avenue, 95th Avenue. And like I said, during Ian, this was all well underwater throughout here. Yeah, it looks like the canal on the other side of this wall was up here. Just by the looks of the water on the sidewalk, and there was some debris on the sidewalk. That's the way you're supposed to have a generator. Right there. Up in the air. High and dry. This is the road that I showed you yesterday evening. It was flooded over. Looks like the water has receded. After Hurricane Ian, I took a picture of our friend Robert standing out by this wall. Somebody on this street, if it was the folks in this house, they put some stakes up with a piece of ribbon at where the water level was. Think about it, it was 6.5 feet high here. That's over twice the height of that little wall. That was during Ian. I think they're a lot more fortunate this time around, thank goodness. My connection. Lost my connection there for a minute. I'm at the mercy of Wi-Fi, my friends. Somebody's mattress here. I'll tell you what that is they just finished cleaning out their homes from Helene, from the flooding from Helene on these finger streets and Connors. So they had their personal belongings out in front of the house in the trash pile. So that's what that is. It's not from the surge going through somebody's bedroom. It's from their trash pile, is my assumption. Just a lot, palm fronds laying on the ground. Nothing major yet. I think the major damage here in North Naples is going to be all along the water and the canals closer to the bay. The first major flooding on Gulf Shore Drive on Vanderbilt Beach was actually from the bay rising up. It wasn't from the Gulf. It was from the bay overflowing. They shut Gulf Shore Drive down at right around 5 o'clock. When the deputies were diverting traffic, they were letting people out, but not back in. You hear the expression, we dodged a bullet. I mean, we kind of did dodge a bullet here. I know there's others that kind of took a hit. It wasn't a kill shot, but they took a hit. It's just what makes this whole thing worse for everybody, for all of Florida. Is it happened right on the heels of Hurricane Helene. That's the worst part of the whole thing. Yeah, it's just palm fronds. A lot of, palm trees are pretty darn hardy here. Pretty hardy. They just kind of bend with the wind. So they lose a few fronds here and there. Go back, visit Wink's Facebook page, Wink TV, visit their website, winknews.com. You'll see a lot of photos of that people were sharing during the storm when they could. Yeah, it looks like there was some water got out on this street. There is more vehicle traffic here than I thought. Some folks getting to work. I know the folks that work at the Ritz. The Ritz has probably got a little bit of cleanup to do, as well as La Playa and Vanderbilt Beach Resort. I hope the Turtle Club's okay. That poor Turtle Club is taking a pounding. I mean, I've seen what looks like just folks out on their regular morning walks already. I know there were boats sitting up in here after Ian got pushed right up out of the